What's up, everyone? Spit or Swallow Beer Review, Shagdog. Hope my mic's working because I don't hear anything. Yeah. I think that music was too loud anyhow. Hey, Spit or Swallow Beer Review, Shagdog. Whoa, it's been a long time since we've done this one. Bud Light Platinum. I recall only doing this the first year it came out. We might have done it one other time way back then, but yeah, it wasn't to our, even back then, it wasn't to our high standards. I'd rather drink a regular Bud Light back then. So we'll give it another try. It's been about, what year did it come out? 2012, December 2012. We probably had it in January, maybe 2013. So it's been 12 years, a little bit over 12 years. Wow, right? Beer Advocate gives this one 55. It's 6% ABV. No notes on Beer Advocate. Released December 2012. Brewing undergoes a unique brewing process that includes a triple hops infusion, a special strain of yeast, and a longer fermentation period. Taste and flavor. Bud Light Platinum has a malty, sweet taste with a slightly more robust flavor profile than regular Bud Light. It's described as having a golden color and a sweet aroma. Yeah, so I don't know. They had a $5 million. What? That must be regular Bud Light. 5 million barrels a year? I don't think so. That's probably some misinformation there. Well, let's get into it. I'm ready. How about you? Yeah, me too, if I get the top off. Oh, arthritis. Ooh, beer. Aluminum bottle. I'd rather have a regular bottle or a regular can, but that's okay. Let's give it a pour. Very fizzy. I mean, you can probably hear it from there. And that final fizz is just like the exclamation point of the fizz. I got to gain up a little bit, so that's probably why I could hear it and you could hear it. Head dissipates very quickly, but it's a good thing to give it a good heavy pour down the middle to get rid of all that. I don't know if that one's going to go over. Maybe not. Huh? Yeah, definitely the color is a lot darker than a Bud Light, I think. Almost to the, even darker than a Miller Lite, I think. I think Miller Lite's one out of the top light beers. I think Miller Lite's one of the darkest light beers. I could be wrong. There's the bottle. And there's a cap for you cat pervs out there. And there's the Bud Light Platinum girls right behind me. They wanted to be here. I said, okay. Anything else? I think that's about it on this one. So let's try to give it a nose. No head at all. Completely like a still lake with a couple bubbles coming up. Yeah. Smells like a Bud Light, sweet corn syrup. Maybe a slight graininess in there. It's Bud Light Platinum. Let's do it. Cheers. I got that filled up to the rim. Oh. It's not really a light beer. It's what does Beer Advocate even consider it? American Adjunct Lager. Yeah, it's 6%, so it can't be a light beer. So they should have just called it Bud Platinum, but I think the Bud Light makes it sell more, just by having Bud Light on there. I'm truly surprised this is still around. I was going to go beer shopping today, but it was kind of storming out when I got off work at 7 a.m. I don't like driving in the rain. Not that I'm scared to drive in the rain. I hate other drivers in the rain, the ones that are going slow and stuff because it's raining. I'm like, go to the speed limit. Why are you going like 15 miles below the speed limit? Anyhow, I didn't want to drive out in that mess. So I was like, well, I stopped at a convenience store on the way home. Looking for a malt liquor. Again, that store don't have malt liquor anymore, I guess. They still got the malt beverages that are 8-10%. I don't want any of that garbage. I wanted a good malt liquor, Coke 45, whatever, But they don't have it anymore. I got to venture off somewhere else now. But I saw Bud Light Platinum. I was like, you know what? Haven't reviewed it in many years. Let's do it again. And as far as the smell, sweet corn, grainy. I wonder if they actually use rice in this. I never had a nose for rice, unless it's actually rice right in front of me, white rice. Yeah. The look it's not really bad. The look, it's light gold. I mean, it's not super dark or anything with the light, especially with light. I mean, it looks darker on here. Well, to me at this point, but when I hold it up to the light, it's pretty clear, but it's got a nice little light gold color to it. No head though, and some bubbles coming up, so it's not gonna be any lacing or anything. I mean, there's like 3 tiny little bubbles sticking to the glass there. That's about it. I don't know if you can see any of that. No lace at all, hardly. A couple molecules of lacing. But yeah, I give it a taste already. It's light, even though it's 6%, but it is kind of harsh, grainy. A harsh graininess, corn, a sweetness. Very horrible. But it's watered down enough so it's drinkable, I guess. Right on the tip of the tongue is where you get your most, if you want to call that flavor, right there on the tip of your tongue. As soon as you start to swallow it, it thins out pretty well. By the time it gets to the middle of your palate, it's almost like a regular Bud Light. I don't pick up as much vinegar taste. When I first had this, I thought there was some weird vinegar taste. Maybe it's the sweetness. Back then, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, whatever it was, my palate wasn't as good as it is now. It's as good as it ever is going to be, I think. But yeah, the best thing about this video is I love that color blue. I mean, don't get me wrong. What was that, like electric blue or something? Love that. And I love these AI manufactured women behind me. Now, as soon as they start making robots like that, androids, whatever you want to call them, and they're up for sale for wives and it's affordable for us low income people. Matter of fact, I'm saving up right now. There's a few things I'm saving for, but if one of those come around, that's where all my money is going. Is a well obedient android wife. As long as she could cook, clean, wait on me, give me massages when I need it, do whatever you ask, basically. Man, it's going to be the perfect wife. Get you a beer. I mean, there's some, don't get me wrong, there's some women out there that will do that kind of stuff. But depending on your wealth and your looks and all that stuff, is the caliber of woman you're going to get to do that for you. Me, I'm probably going to have to get a girl that's like a 3 or a 4 to do that type of stuff for me. Maybe a 5 if I'm lucky. I'm never going to get any girls look like this back there, waiting hand and foot on me, unless I had a lot of money. And then maybe with this grill, probably going to pick up. I mean, because believe it or not, myself included, I'm not going to go after some lady for her money if she don't have at least somewhat attractive looks, right? So, yeah. But with this beer, though, what would I give it? I'm not sure if it's as low as a 55, but it sure isn't an A. I wouldn't say it's god awful. I mean, if it's the only thing I had to drink, it's going to get the job done, I think. But as you can see, I'm not drinking it fast, so I'm going to give it a C minus and a swallow for what it is. An adjunct lager portrayed with the famous Bud Light name on it to make you think it's going to be a light beer, but it's not 6% if you can read or smart. But it does have the mouthfeel of a light beer with the exception of the front part of your palate, which comes off like almost one of those strong type of beers that Anheuser-Busch makes. Like, I think they got a new one now, like Magnum, Budweiser Magnum. Is that something new? I just saw something about it the other day. It's another, Budweiser and little beers they come out with. Yeah. What Budweiser should do is get rid of this, get rid of all those other crazy beers, and concentrate on making this regular Budweiser good. Making Bud great again. Make MBGA, Mabuga. Yeah, making Bud great again. Like the 60s, if it was really good in the 60s, I don't know. I know Bud and Schlitz were back and forth, the number one selling beer. The regular Bud back in the 50s, 60s, whatever. I give it a C minus, right? I might downgrade that to a D plus, but I can keep it at a C minus for now. There is, after I took that last big chug, there is a weird little nasty aftertaste to it at the back end of my palate. Yeah. It's a Saturday after work drinking special. I got one more to do. I'm not even sure if I'm going to drink it because it's a big can. And it's something I've had before. It's nothing great, but probably should just drink that one and left this one alone. But, I mean, it's not real bad. If this is all you had to drink, you had a 6-pack of this or something, it's going to get the job done. You want to catch a buzz or something. Or as my case, a 6-pack would probably do me in. Yeah, not super bad. I tell you what, if the Life Supply came with those girls, this is the only beer you drink the rest of your life. You get these women that come with the beer, and they're all faithful and obedient and all that kind of stuff. I'd be drinking Bud Light the rest of my life. Yep, suicidal blondes, platinum blondes. They'll probably commit suicide. What do we have that's platinum? Oh, yeah, so I graded it C minus and a swallow. What do we have? Platinum. Platinum records. You don't see that too often anymore, right? Platinum credit cards. Jammer has a few. Well, I don't know if he has a few, but he gave me a platinum credit card. His platinum credit card one time for Christmas as a Christmas gift. And then I gave it back to him as his Christmas gift, so we're even. Platinum jewelry, luxury accessories, platinum membership programs, rewards and perks. Platinum. It is so good. Let's get a little feedback. Platinum rule business etiquette. Never heard of it. Platinum based chemotherapy. Platinum resistance thermometers, temperature measurement. Platinum resistant? I don't know what the hell that is. Platinum coated catalyst, industrial application. Platinum anniversary gifts. Basically, your 40th anniversary is the platinum anniversary. Oh, crap. The wedding gold platinum rule in business, treating clients like royalty. That's the platinum gold rule, or gold platinum. Also, platinum, you got platinum hits. Platinum Dunes is a music production company. Platinum Games is a video game developer. Never heard of them. And Platinum Studios, comic book publisher. I never heard of it. Tell me about Platinum Comics. Cowboys and Aliens. Blood Nation, Consumed. Ghostin', Hero by Night. I was kidnapped by lesbian pirates from outer space. That sounds like a good one. Kiss 4K. I guess it's Kiss. Kiss was Marvel way back in the day, but I guess apparently it's done by Platinum. Series with multiple issues, including Kissmas special published in 2007. I'm not sure if they still do Kiss. Mage, a magazine with 3 issues published in 2014. Unique. Series with multiple issues, including hardcover edition. Watch Dogs, a graphic novel. Weapon, a 4-issue series published in 2007. Graphic novels that have Abraham Stone, Country Mouse, City Rat, Once Upon a Time in the Future, Smokehouse 5, Adventures of Time, Alien Circus, and Alien at Large, and Love Bites, BYTES. And one of their main characters is Platinum, a living robot created by Dr. William Magnus with appearances in Metal Men comics published by DC Comics. I don't know. Maybe that's a different character. He's not part of that other Platinum Comics. He's an actual comic book character. Okay. In DC. The Metal Men. Yeah, I remember the Metal Men. Yeah. Man, my stomach's talking to me. Ooh, get this one down, get to the next one. Spitter Swallow Beer Review. I got to upload some more shorts, but I guess I'll try to do them tomorrow morning. I got to get some shorts with Jammer. The problem with Jammer is he tells some long stories, and the shorts don't capture the whole long story. Sometimes it does, if it's less than 3 minutes. So we'll get some. I'm trying to go through some older videos that we recorded like a couple months ago, so I could delete those videos, and move on to the next ones. Hopefully this comes up good. I noticed some of basically our shorts are produced by the program we use for streaming. And I noticed when we got faces like this on there, the camera goes back and forth. It has me here, and then it has me over here. And so hopefully these beauties don't ruin it. But if they do, as long as me and her are in the thing, I met some nice looking blondes in my life, I tell you. But there's one particular one way back in 2012. For just getting a look at her, cost me a relationship. But thinking back on it now, it was well worth it. I wish I could do it all over again. Got my stomach growling. Suicidal blondes. Let's try to get this wonderful beer down. Platinum Records, huh? My favorite band, Rat, has 4 platinum records, actually. Their first 4. Out of the Cellar, Invasion of Privacy, Dancing Undercover, and Reach for the Sky. A lot of people were surprised that Reach for the Sky went platinum. But it did have a pretty good hit, Way Cool Jr. on there. And, I mean, a lot of people don't like that particular album. I don't think it's bad. But sometimes when you try to branch out from what your original hit album was, there's so many bands where their first album, you're like, wow, this rocks. Then they change a little bit on the next album. Then they change a little bit more on the next 2. And for what they were on 3 or 4 albums ago, the music's kind of different, So I understand that. It's like Seven Mary 3, their second album. When I first heard that, I was like, what the I mean, it has like maybe 2 or 3 songs that are kind of grungy, and the rest of them are all. Yeah. It wasn't like Cumbersome or Water's Edge. They might have had 2 songs. Honey Generation, I forget, it's actually called something else, but maybe 2 or 3 songs that were grungy. The rest of them were kind of like mid-tempo rock, slow songs type things or whatever. I can't explain it. But I did like that album by Seven Mary 3, Rock Crown. Yeah, Rock Crown, the one that had something about Honey Generation. And okay, let's look at the song list. Rock Crown, Seven Mary 3 song list. Can't remember them all off my head. People Like New, Homestretch. Homestretch was a little bit rocking. This Evening's Great Excuse. I could be wrong. Honey of Generation, so I was right about that. Honey of Generation. It's the honey of generation. What Angry Blue? Needle can't burn what the needle can't find. Houdini's Angels. Lucky, Rock Crown. I don't remember that one. The New Blues. Oh, on the album cover, it shows some of the songs in the set list. Part of the album cover, it shows New Blues and A Little Hard, A Little Late, but they weren't included on the album. Oven, Piano Player, and Times Like These. It's not like the Foo Fighters one. But pretty good album. Oven was a great one. Of course, Lucky was a pretty good song. They're all pretty good songs. So, why that's doing that? All right, let's get this beer down. I hope I'm centered enough. I think that might be another reason. The season's great excuse is this. And that was a pretty good song. Evening's Great Excuse, because one part of the song goes, and it could be, and it could be, yeah, hypocrisy, and it could be, the guitar's going, dun, 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 dun. And that guy's voice is really good, man. The guy from Seven Mary 3. He should be remembered as a great folk rock song, but they just never had that real big hit for some of his like folkier rock songs. Just nothing became my top 40 hit, I don't think. So you could have the greatest folk rock, folk grunge, whatever you want to call it, voice in the world, but if you ain't got the big hit, nobody's going to remember who the hell you are. And unfortunately for him, because he had a pretty good voice, I thought. And I was supposed to go see them twice. I was going to go with Jammer one time. They were playing at the Hard Rock in Tampa. And we're going to go. And I told him about it. I told my girl, I was like, yeah, me and Jammer are going to go see Seven Mary 3. She doesn't like him. So why the hell am I going to take her? She would have said no if I said, hey, want to go see Seven Mary 3? She would have said no. Why do I want to? But then I told her, but if I tell her, hey, me and Jammer are going to go, oh, why are you taking him and not me? Women, right? So I said, okay, well, never mind, Jammer. Apparently she wants to go. And then she's like, I don't want to. Later on, she said, I don't want to go to that. And I just said, hell with it. I'm not even going to bother. And then another time later, they were playing at some county fair or some shit. Or I don't know if it's a state fair or a county fair. It was up in Sumter, Florida. It might have been a bike fest. in Sumter, Florida. Yeah, so I was going to go to that one, but I had to work, and I was just like, hell with it. Missed my chance. Oh well. That'll do it for this one. Bud Light Platinum. I'd recommend not buying it because I'm starting to get upset tummy from it too. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Shagdog Spit or Swallow beer review. The beers keep coming and Shagdog keeps drinking. And we're going to do one more before I go nighty night. We'll see you in the next one.